Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a lot of the new subscribers. I really appreciate your support and you guys taking the time to check in with the channel. I apologize if I don't seem like myself. I feel like I'm coming down with something and I'm extremely tired, but I wanted to get this video out. Actually, I was supposed to do it yesterday. Sorry about that. I was misinformed. I actually read the information wrong. I thought I was going to surprise you guys. I thought we had the 2020 Corvette brochures coming in. I was going to surprise you with an unboxing thing and give some away, and that's not the case. So we are going to talk about the C8 mid-engine Corvette and is your order protected? We've been teasing about that. Let's talk about some specifics today. And yes, speaking of which, you see, I told you guys I didn't want to do this again. I wasn't going to do this again, but I need to do this one more time because there's been a shift in timing and processing of 2020 C8 Corvette orders. So we're going to talk about that in today's video and talk about if your order's protected, because I know some of them aren't. Real quick, and because I'm so tired, I do have some notes down here, so I'm going to be looking down. Just so much bouncing around in my head right now. I don't want to miss anything and want to make this all about the C8 Corvette and what's going on with ordering, production, your orders, expectations, and really just set some ground rules that need to be set. Not trying to be difficult, but man, things are out of control, guys, and I guess if I don't communicate that to you on the channel, then it's not fair to me, and it's not fair to you as a current and potential customer. All right, so we're going to talk about that all today on the vlog. Real quick, a little shout out to my friends at Corvette Cleveland. In case you didn't know, we're the first and only dealer sponsor of Corvette Cleveland right here at Coghlan, Pataskala. I was doing a Christmas picture, and in my research on Google, I wanted on the back, because I was sitting in the back of a C8 car when it was here at our dealership back in September, and there was just like a general plate back there, but I wanted a Zora plate on there. So I'm on Google and I'm doing some searches, and there's a lot of thanks Zora and Zora plates, and then I remember Tommy Farr from Corvette Cleveland. I found his too. It was the perfect plate for the car, for the Corvette, for Zora, for the community, for you, Zora is on my Christmas picture. Tommy, nice job on that. Way to represent. Great respect, and that's why I chose your plate, sir, to be on my Christmas picture. All right, guys, let's talk about, and I'm sorry that I'm tired, but let's talk about 2020 C8 Corvette ordering. I want to clear the air, set the record straight, what's going on with us, with you as a potential customer, and what's going on with this crazy market. And it is out of control, so I gotta kind of draw the line right now. I'm not trying to be difficult, I'm not trying to be mean, but you guys just need to know what's been going on. So the car's revealed in July. We have the car here at our dealership in September. And from September until current day, just before Christmas, I've answered thousands and thousands of questions, hundreds of emails, trying to educate you guys on this car. And I get it. This is the most anticipated Corvette ever. I'm excited about it too, but there's such a desire to gather information and the right information, and it's hard for you guys, and I understand that because there's a lot of wrong information out there, a lot of misrepresentation out there on this car. Like Mike Davenport, the Chevy dude, just talked about. I'm not going to fall into that clickbait crap. Oh, the car's sold out. We're doing that. We're doing that again? Really? Give me a freaking break. The car's not sold out. Here's the disconnect, and we've talked about this before too. The disconnect between corporate and the Chevy franchise retail dealer. Now, if you've ever taken a tour in the National Corvette Museum in the plant, I mean, those should start back up sometime next year. But if you've taken a tour, what do they tell you in there? All these cars here are sold. These are all sold. People are like, wow, look at this. Wow, all these Corvettes are sold. Yeah, they're sold to the dealer. They're not sold, really, till they're in your driveway. So that's the mindset. So the inquiries through that Chevy Reserve Now program, they say, oh, look, we're only going to build this many cars and we got this many inquiries. We're sold out. That doesn't help anybody. I've got guys that have order numbers that are going to get an allocation and blow me up. Hey, am I still getting a car? I see that the car sold out. I thought you said I'm getting a car. We're taking 3 steps forward and we're taking 10 backward from those type of scenarios. Here's another scenario. I've literally taken myself out of business from selling 19s to focus on trying to answer as many questions, still not gotten to them all, about this new car. I love this new car. I'm just proud to have the opportunity to do business with you guys, but I've got to have a way to balance and facilitate these inquiries. Here's one scenario just recently as I'm trying to close out the 19s, as you guys see. Been talking about that just a little bit. I have a guy inquired out of Florida. 3 text messages I got back to real quick. 2 detailed emails about the process, shipping and all that kind of stuff, financing, taxes. I think there was one more email that I didn't get to like right away, but still was going to get to it in the same day. I was on the phone with a guy talking about the CA 2020 Corvette order. Well, 10 minutes into the conversation, I realized he's got a car ordered at another dealership. And then he says, yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, they took my deposit 4 months ago. Didn't really know much about the car. So, you know, hey, I watch you on the YouTube and that's cool. I appreciate that. But I just want to get an idea what I'm getting, you know. I'm having a tough time understanding all these options. And I get that too. But it took me right out of business. So I didn't get back to the guy looking at the 19 Grand Sport like that on the 5th inquiry. And he goes, oh, I figured you didn't want my business, so I went and bought elsewhere. Well, how could you think that? Number one, I did actually reply to the text messages and detailed emails and missed that because now I'm being diverted talking about an order that it's not even my order. And I get that dozens of times a day, text, email, phone calls. And I'm sorry, guy, I just really can't do that anymore. Trying to be the Corvette whatever to everybody because I care about the car and the customer and the community. But if I can't take care of home base, then what's the point? I mean, I wear several different hats that keep me in so many different directions. And just so you know, like we were just talking, the car's not sold out. Only half of my allocation is entered. Over half of that should have been done already, but half of those people were just, hey, well, I wanted to get some ideas on you in the process, but I just ordered from my local dealership. He had no, and one guy tell me, he says, we had one dealer didn't even know the C8 car was coming, and he still gave the guy a deposit. Yeah, for real, it's crazy. So here's one email I got too. I could share just endless stuff with you guys that would make your head spin, but I can't get real mad about it. I understand there's a desire to gather that information. Here's a guy who says, hey, I watch you on YouTube, love the videos, blah, blah, blah. I'm down here in Florida. What dealer would you recommend me to order the C8 from? Me? Dude, I do stuff all over the country. Are you kidding me right now? So I justified why you should order from me about the car, getting excited about the car, blah, 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 go through all that, emails, and then emails back, never mind, my wife put the kibosh on buying the car. We've had that conversation before too. Bro, you too have more than a problem than a Corvette. Here's another lady. I just ordered a car. I'm dealing with an unexperienced salesperson that doesn't know much about Corvette, but I have a quick question. Here's the problem with one quick question. It's not one. It turns into 20 just because you're like, oh, this guy knows something about the car. Let me talk to him. And then literally taken out of business. So I've been taken out of business trying to provide you guys information. And it's not as long as you think it's going to be. And that's why we're going to do this board again. Things are really going to start moving and we'll get past this brain damage. But I'd rather have a happy customer than no customer. So if you've got an order number with us, you have an allocation coming. Please, if you would, and again, not trying to be difficult, if you've got an order with us and you got an order number, and I'll show you some stuff here, like one of these little deals here. You've got that, I emailed that to you. If you don't, yeah, we need to get this in for you, and that's what we're gonna talk about. That was the purpose of today's video. But if you've got this in with us, make your notes, make your questions, do changes when your order releases up. I can't do it 10 times before the order actually goes, because as you're discovering the car and you say, oh, I like that color. Hey, I think I want that wheel. I'm gonna add this, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna change that. Make all the changes you want when the order is released. Once I give you this order number, well, there's no number on there. I actually whited it out, but you know what I mean. Once I give you that, I can massage that and change it as many times as you want. Right now, time is of the essence, and I simply don't have it. So when your order is up, everything stops. It's all about you. As much time as you need, I'll answer 2,000 questions to make sure your order is right before we release it. And that's the time to do that, not 10, 15 times before it's up, because you are going to change your mind. There's a lot of people right now, we're going to do another specific video on this, that are changing from coupe to convertible. And I think the convertible is becoming more of a viable option than people realize. A lot of people wanted the mid-engine in the coupe because you could see the mid-engine. A lot of people got past it and said, you know what, screw that, I don't need to see the engine. This convertible is a better value. It is essentially a hardtop coupe, but I can maximize my cargo space, rear and front, top, up, or down. Yeah, it's an incredible value story. So we're going to talk more about the new mid-engine convertible. And those orders, well, more on that here in just a second. I want to get off the beaten path. So just try to give you guys some kind of idea what's going on. Look at my notes here. Anything else is going on? Oh, it even gets as crazy as, now there was just a small block of orders released in September before the strike jacked up everything. but not as bad as you guys think. Again, we're going to talk about that on the board here in just a second. But people that actually was able to get their orders released, and I told you how that's all going to come together. So they're assigned build weeks. They're not building the cars. They don't start until February 3rd. So I get a call in October, November, December. Hey, I know my car's going to be built in February. My car's going to be built in March. Anything new on my order? What's going on? Hey, haven't heard from you. What's going on with the motor? Haven't heard from you. Well, it's November. So your car's being built in March? What's there to talk about? Your car's being built in March. There would be no change. If there's any change, I would let you know. And I just, 3 steps forward, 10, sometimes 20 backwards. Just crazy. I hope I explained that okay. Again, being tired, so much bouncing around in my head right now, and I'm exhausted. But not trying to be difficult, but trying to do business and have some fun. Now keep in mind, those of you that got orders at other dealerships and you're not getting the answers to your questions on the car itself, expectations on ordering, allocation release, keep in mind, there might be an opportunity for you to order with us and still get your car. You're gonna see that happen because I know there's a lot of dealers out there that have gotten 20 allocation and they took 40 deposits. So you might be 21 through 40 and think you have a car coming, and then they're going to give you the me oh my story later on in the spring and summer that you don't have a car coming. If you've got an order number with us, heaven forbid that anything unforeseen would happen, you have a car coming with us. Hey, I passed 3rd grade, all right? I know how many donuts are supposed to be dispersed to the class. If there's 25 people in the class and I bring donuts, it's my day to bring donuts and I bring 20, shame on me. They told you 25, all right? So, okay. That was a stupid analogy, but you guys get it, all right? Is your Corvette order protected? Let's talk about that for the C8 mid-engine 2020 Corvette. So, again, as I mentioned earlier, if you have an order with us, and I'm hoping that I've gotten to you, and I know there's some I haven't, so continue to blow me up. Let's get these in the system so you're in the queue. Getting in the queue, getting an order number. It'll be up in here, and you get one of these GM sheets, and it'll have your information up in here, and it'll be coded as an SRE sold retail. Then your order's protected. Because here's what's happening. Guys are just putting in orders, and I'll give you another scenario. I know for a fact there's a dealer in Ohio, I'm not going to show the order number or the dealer name, that has told everybody that their cars are sold out. They have and I think I know who this guy is, because he originally ordered with us and jumped off the list and blah, blah, blah. And this is a beautiful 3LT red Stingray, exposed carbon fiber roof, Z51 with magnetic ride, 2-tone seats, being built the week of March 2nd. And why I want to make sure that your order's protected, we talked about this first. We anticipate with all the excitement on this car, and I know some internal stuff why I say that, and historicals prove that as well, that incrementally, if not once, maybe twice, there'll be a price increase on this car once production starts. If your car's ordered and you don't have this SRE, you're not price protected. Now, if there's a price increase and the car comes in, well, the MSRP will be a higher price than what you had ordered, but you're price protected, and it's up to the dealership to honor that. We're only going to get back, I think it's 80 or 82% of that increase, but it's a good customer service thing to do. Some dealers, unfortunately, you know, in the past have not done that, so don't expect that from everyone. Again, boils down to the relationship. Do you want happy and repeat customers, or are you just looking to make a deal? Now, if you're this guy and has this car ordered and you were told a price that came in at $94,170, if there's a $1,500 price increase, because it's not sold, it's just a stock unit, it's going to get the higher price, and you're going to have to pay that. You're not protected. If you're protected, you are. Once we electronically report the sale to General Motors to the client's name that is listed here, that's when the price protection is applied to the dealership in about 30 to 45 days. This brings up another point, to the name that's on the order. Here's what we're not going to do, guys. Here's what we can't do, all right? Bear with me on this. A lot going on. Some of you that have taken your order and put it on eBay and thought you're going to sell the order, ain't happening. Remember what I said? I can say no just as easy as I can say yes, and I've already deleted 2 orders from guys that were knowingly trying to sell their order that they had with us, and they could send that car. We're responsible for that. They could send that car to Canada, overseas, and that violates the policies for our franchise agreement with Chevrolet. So if your name's on this order, you can't just transfer it to somebody else and let them pay for the car. No, no, no. You buy the car, you pay taxes, you title the car, then you guys can do whatever the heck you want with it. But that's not how it works, because if you don't take the car, because if it doesn't go to the customer that's listed on the order, there could be penalty implications from Chevrolet to us as a dealership. But after you buy the car and register the car, I mean, honestly, you guys can do whatever the heck you want, but you can't transfer it on an eBay thing. That is a direct violation. And that's why at that point, deposits are non-refundable in case something like that happens, because we're on the hook for the penalty. I know stuff like that happens with you guys, and a couple of guys have canceled right now. I mean, there's a lot of negativity about cancellations and all this kind of stuff. Let me just say this. I have a couple of guys that were ordered with us that did cancel because of health reasons. God bless you guys. I wish you the best of luck. I hate to hear that. I know you had big anticipation for this car. Hopefully things get better for you and you can circle back around and we get you back in the queue to stop dreaming and start driving. And even on my order form right here, it says all orders must comply with Chevrolet dealer agreement requirements. Some of the stuff we're talking about right now. Reasons you wouldn't get an allocation: manufacturer strike, order constraints, dealer compliancy. So those of you that wanted to play games, and we're not playing, that's a dealer compliancy thing. I've already hit the delete button a couple of times. So like I said, I want to have happy customers, continued customers, referral customers, and it's all about communicating and handling it right from the get-go. So I hope you guys understand a little bit of that stuff going on. I'm sorry to kind of go on that rant, but you know what? I think this is a conversation I've had off camera that I needed to have on camera. All right, one more conversation we got to have on camera. Let's go to this green board and let you know what is going on right now with 2020 Corvette ordering. All right, and back to the board. Okay, enough of what's been happening. Here's what is happening right now in real time. GM is finally taking orders, these orders that we talked about earlier, that are in preliminary status, and they're going to place them. And then shortly after they're placed, they'll be assigned a target production week. All right, so here's how the cycle works. Today's Thursday in real time that we're doing this. And if you're a store that has, let's use a big number like 100. If you have 100 allocation, you can't say, well, I mean, these guys are antsy, man. I need these orders placed right now, all 100 right now. No. We don't control that. GM controls that distribution, so you have some consistency on production throughout the entire model year. All right, so if you have 100, it may be in this cycle, they say, out of those 100, 10 of those orders, you tell us what 10 you want, and then we'll go ahead and place those. So we've got to tag those orders between now and Saturday. Batch processing occurs over the weekend. Tuesday, they show up in the placed tab within our ordering system. We'll have one more shot on that Tuesday in this cycle to make any and all changes that you need. And then on Wednesday, it goes to the placed tab. And within, it could be as quick as 4 days, but usually 7 to 10 days, it'll be assigned a production week. And now that we're past all that hoo-ha with the strike, you're going to see a consistent flow. And it'll give you, the production week will show you the week that the car's actually going to be finally assembled. Now, as far as shipping, that's going to be a different story. We talked about this before, and that's why I got the board. So orders that are being released right now are going to be built sometime in this area, okay? Same thing with January, going to be built sometime in this area. But guess what? There's going to be a bottleneck. They're going to hold these cars in a QC hold before they ship them to us, before they're in your driveway. Again, patience is a virtue. So as we're putting all these orders in the system and the cars are being built, they're all going to start shipping right about the same time. About in this area, that March, April, maybe early May is when you're going to see a whole bottleneck. Just a ton of these cars hit the road. Not any sooner, but at least you have some idea. And because things are moving now, like I said earlier, I've only got half of my allocation entered. You're going to see big blocks of cars coming through the system. So it may seem like torture right now and it's not coming fast enough for both of us, but when it starts flowing, you're going to go, oh wow, okay, I understand now. So this flow is going to start taking off and cars are going to be ordered. They're going to be scheduled. They're going to be released. They're going to be built, and eventually they're going to start shipping, and we're all going to be talking about the car, getting the reactions from you guys driving the car. That I can't wait for. For the little bit of time I've been in the car, really enjoy it. I need more time in the car to help you guys, but I really just can't wait and see what you think about this all-new C8 mid-engine Corvette. And obviously you love it. I mean, this is historic right before our very eyes, because a lot of you guys got the car ordered before you even seen the car, before you even sat in the car, and certainly before you've driven the car. That I appreciate. That makes me proud to be a part of that. Thanks again, you guys. Oh, before we close, it's important to note in this cycle, there's no restrictions. Anything that's in the ordering system is now available. All colors, all packages, and so virtually no, that's an N, constraints. The only thing that's on constraint right now are convertibles. We can enter convertibles and assign them a preliminary order number right now. They're just not released at this particular time, so we'll let you guys know that. So in review of today's vlog, make sure you're price protected. Make sure you've got a copy of your order sheet with your order number and your name and your data in here, and it says, well, you can't even put your name and information in here unless it does say sold retail order. If not, you're not price protected. You may not even have a car coming. And if you have a car coming with us and it's in your name, you're buying the car, you're paying taxes, and you're titling the car, then you can do whatever you want with it. You can't sell it in advance and sell off your allocation spot to somebody on eBay. No. That's how you lose your deposit, and that's how we hit the delete button. Well, there's no guessing where we stand on that one. But thanks again for taking the time to watch. I apologize, I'm not my normal self. Still feeling just kind of out of it, a little under the weather, but there's a lot going on. I don't want to stay in touch and communicate with you guys, so I hope this video serves all of my customers now and for those in the future. Support this channel if you would, please. Subscribe, thumbs up this video, make comments down below. I look forward to talking to you guys. Tomorrow's Friday. We got a little short Flashback Friday segment for you right here on our Corvette channel.